bringing up. Perfect. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Waypoint Chat. I am beyond excited, fascinated, interested to introduce Mimi to y'all today. She has just a very unique story, and I cannot wait to dive into this and what this has done for Mimi as far as just her life and her realignment and this just beautiful middle-aged space that she is in. So hello, Miss Mimi. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah. And I know when, I was going through the show notes and I got your application to be on the show, I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to have to talk to Mimi. Like, we're going to have to go deeper into this because this is so interesting. And
Yes,
I love your calm and your presence because I think when people go through big midlife shifts, just what else could happen? You're just so calm. And I love that about your energy. So I cannot wait to
yes.
dive into this. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Let me just say I haven't always been here.
Hey, and yes, I'm with you. And it's encouraging, it's inspiring
Yes,
because anybody can get there. Anybody can get there. And that's what we're going to talk
absolutely.
about. So we talked about the phrase and we titled the show Finding Me. And I just thought it was so beautiful for this. What does that mean to you? Before we dive into why and the what and the how, what does finding me mean to you?
Finding me means to me detaching from old recurring patterns, old relationships that weren't serving me, old environments where I felt like maybe I wasn't growing, and then realigning to new things, new people, new environments, and doing some of the
Mm.
things that I've always liked or wanted to do, and gaining some growth and clarity from that.
Ah, beautiful. And that is available to everyone. And it's just this exciting stage of life that you get to be in that energy. Oh, I love
Absolutely.
that. Realigning. So, okay, so we're going to dive into your backstory just for a little bit to set this stage.
Okay.
You
Okay.
found your biological father, or you were, I guess, for introduced. I guess you can kind of explain how that went down at 55. So, with that, you not only gained your biological father, you also gained three sisters. So, dive into just that moment for us, and then we'll kind of springboard off of that into what that means in your life today.
Okay, so at a high level, through Ancestry, almost 1 year ago, next week, I got a message from my cousin, and I didn't know she was my cousin, and she wanted to know if I was interested in learning, about my matches and just diving into the ancestry based on our match. And so at that point, I said, yeah, I'm going to relocate. Can you give me a little bit of time? And all of this was happening at one time. So I did my relocation. We got on the phone maybe 2 weeks or so after the fact. And we went over the matches. And she basically clarified for me how I was matching some of the people I was matching. Now, to give a little bit of backstory, in 2024, I went on Ancestry looking for my birth certificate family, extended family. And
Yeah.
I did notice that, I was matching people, but it wasn't these people. And
Mm.
so, fast forward, when I talked to my cousin, and, she said that, you have three sisters, and we're trying to figure out, when this happened, and, which, if it's their dad, or I have a bunch of first cousins, if it's their dad, or how this thing just
Yeah.
happened. And I'm like, no, you know, I don't think so. And, not really. really
Yeah.
thinking about like how could this be? I'm 55 years old, you know.
Right.
So we actually went through the process of cousins getting the DNA test, and immediately one of my first cousins matched, so that ruled her father out. And then sisters getting the DNA test, and we're matching. And then my maternal brother, so I have one brother, I asked
Mm.
him to do the DNA test, and it came back, the same as it did with my sisters. And so at that point, that's when I knew that it was real. And our father has passed away. It's been since 2019, but I still feel like a part of him has been with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just one of those things where you're growing up and you're trying to figure out the difference about you versus people around you. You're trying to figure out why you navigate the world the way you do, and
Yeah.
young adulthood, and you're having kids, and just why things are the way they are. And this is what solidified it for me.
Oh, what a fascinating and how amazing that we have this technology. I
Yes.
mean, it's an incredible, like, that you can research this and find this. And did you know you potentially had 3 sisters? Was that on
I
your
did
radar at
not.
all?
I did
You
not
did
because I have
not.
a maternal sister. Yeah, I have a maternal sister and maternal brother, and that was it for
Yeah.
me. I had no idea.
So you had 3 additional siblings, which all are a
Absolutely.
piece of who you are.
Yes.
So how has that, like, reconnecting, them accepting you, they're becoming a part of your support, your realignment. How has that helped you grow this last year? I mean, is there anything you can really pinpoint in, "This is helping me here"?
Well, first and foremost, if you see the four of us together, it is very uncanny and striking. The similarities in the looks, the smile, the nose. I
Yeah.
think our smiles and our noses are like what come from our lineage. Just some of our personality traits, the things we're interested in, the ways we communicate with each other. I feel like I have something from each of them, and each of them have something from each of the it's just a monopoly of
Yeah.
things that we share.
Yeah, I mean, I know I used to be a wedding photographer and editing, you zoom in on people's faces. And it's
Hmm.
crazy when you have those multi-generational, you're like, same nose, same nose, same nose, same nose. I mean, you
Yes.
can't you can't deny it, right? That
No, not at
DNA
all.
is in there. So
And one of the biggest factors for me was the hair color, because I grew up with like this reddish sandy hair. Obviously it got darker as I got older, but it still has like the red hues. That did it for me
yeah,
when we started sharing pictures and I saw the red hair. Our dad had the hair. My
yeah,
sisters had the hair. It's just it's undeniable.
yeah. And just that amazing connection. So when you say you're in a phase of realignment, right? Because of which, I mean, did you have a choice? I mean, you find out this information. I mean, you're realigning. Yes. Yes.
Realign,
So
yes.
you're in a phase of realignment. What are you aligning back to or forward to? Like, how is that unfolding, this realignment through this new midlife big shift?
So let's just say I went all the way back through my childhood, and I
Mm,
tried to align all the pieces with finding this out. These new people in my life, my sisters, my dad, aunts and uncles, and just the whole extended family. So
mm.
I'm aligning myself there through my childhood. And then here now, I'm 56 now, and what I am aligning with is me as an adult and seeing myself not just through this new side of my family, but the relocation, being away from
Mm,
my children for the first time, meeting new people. What can I give them? What can I gain from them? What kind of things can I do to just bring the life that I've always wanted for myself, into
mm,
fruition? Things like liking to sing, getting into mental health, and having the courage to be out here in
yeah.
Tulsa with no family, just, in my mind when I'm at home, and just trying to maneuver. So I'm trying to align myself now at this stage in my life, and being able to live fully and
Mm,
fruitfully, with all
yeah.
this new energy around me.
Yeah. And do you feel like, I mean, you have all this family now, right? You have this
Yes,
sisterhood.
yes,
You have this new community. Is that inspiring you to live the life that you want to live, that you're really coming into that because you feel that support around you? I mean, I know we're meant to live in community, and then when you
absolutely.
find this community that's been there and because they're blood, their DNA, you get immediate access. There's no trial period. You're in,
Right.
you're in. So what has that done for you as far as propelling this growth at this stage that you're in?
Well, it's given me some level of empowerment.
Mm,
These are some great women. And that's not to say that, I haven't been around great women, but just to have them as my sisters, it is
yeah.
highly empowering. I have a class, a Circle of Transformation class, and I'm
Mm,
around other women, and that has given me confidence. The sisterhood has allowed me to trust myself, to trust my judgment, to understand how important it is to have supportive women around you without judgment that can relate, that can offer you
yeah.
some type of you know some type of resources, or some type of listening ear, or anything that you need,
Mm,
to vet, that sisterhood. um yeah, it just has really empowered me to to be able to trust myself.
okay, so I'm gonna put you on the spot with that
Okay.
because I think trusting yourself, and I'm a 49-year-old woman, and this
Okay.
is the theme. This is the theme for me. Why have I not trusted myself? Like, what? I mean, I've literally never let myself down, right?
Okay.
I mean, so what is that? So can you think of a way, and totally putting you on the spot here, that you trust yourself now, or you're working towards, like something specific, like, no, I trust
Hmm.
myself to do this or to not do this
Yes,
now, that's maybe new, that it's a new thing.
I can absolutely tell you boundaries.
Okay.
Boundaries have always been hard for me. I am the one who shows up. I am the one who is there for everyone. But I always and often felt like it wasn't always reciprocated, or maybe just not reciprocated in the way that I wanted it to be.
Fair.
But since I've gotten here to this space where I am pretty much by myself, I have no choice but to do certain things, to try certain things, to, take care of myself. So boundaries is a new thing for me. And I've never had a problem speaking up, but speaking up within my boundaries has become highly
Yeah.
important for me. Highly
I got
important.
chills. Like, I can feel your power coming through
Yes.
that. That is awesome. And when you were talking before about relocation and transition, I kept thinking,
Mhm.
resilience. Like,
Yes.
resilience. Does that look different for you now, or does that mean something different to you now when I say the word, like, girl, you are resilient?
What it says to me is that I'm stronger than what I always believed I was. I've always been a
Mm.
confident woman. I've always been, and when I was younger, I would show up in a room, chest sticking out, head high in the air. But on the inside, sometimes there was this chaos going on, but I never showed
Yeah.
it. So, just I'm stronger than I've always believed or felt, and I'm able to show
Yeah.
that and not question it.
Yeah. And I think do you think too, it's the beauty of being our age. We have a
Yeah.
track record, right? We have a track record. There's a lot has happened in our lives and we handled it, right? So we're gonna
Yes.
handle it again. Like we
Yes.
just now I have something to draw off of. Well, I did that. I can do this. And now we've lived long enough to have a long list of that's. That's how I feel
Absolutely.
in this
And not
stage. Yeah.
not to mention the whole hormonal problem,
Oh my gosh.
I
We can
mean, it compounded with
yeah.
a relocation, compounded with finding out about your biological family. I mean, it can drive a person pretty loony, pretty
Yeah.
loony. So I
I
got
mean, you
into
could
so many.
spiral one way or the other, right? You have 2
Yes, you
choices.
can.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
spiral horribly. And so I found a lot of things to help me kind of manage that because in the beginning, I my mind just was going in so many directions. And
Yeah.
my calm now is not just that it's been almost a year, but the welcoming, the warm,
Mm,
the love, the warmness of the family, a lot of things that I found for myself that I enjoy, and just figuring out what works for me to keep my
right.
mental state intact.
Yeah. And it's work, right? It's intention.
Hmm.
It's doing it every single day,
Absolutely.
and that's the beauty of it and the struggle of it. It's every
Absolutely.
single day. So I would love with our listeners, crazy. We have like
Hmm.
3, 4 more minutes. It goes so
Okay.
fast every time. But if
Okay.
there's someone watching or anyone watches later and they're navigating a late life discovery or a
Yeah.
shift or an emotional reckoning, because that
Yeah.
definitely can happen at this phase of our life. What do
Yeah.
you want them to know? What do you want to leave them with today?
That they don't have to be afraid. Go through the emotions. You
Mm,
have to. You have to live the journey, because if you don't, you will probably, I don't want to say hurt yourself, but it probably would hurt you more if you don't go through it.
yeah.
You
Lean
know,
in,
you
lean
have,
into it.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid. Our lives are journeys from the
Mhm.
time that we are children, and every stage of your life, it's a journey. So just like you would as a free living child, you need to do that same thing at this stage in your life.
Beautiful, beautiful. So when you imagine the next chapter, right?
Hmm.
Finding you,
Yeah.
what does that feel like or what leads the way for this as you continue to find you?
Just finally knowing where I belong, knowing that the decisions that I make, that they're not always gonna be the right decision, but they're my decisions. I'm gonna live with
Mm,
them. I'm gonna make them with confidence, um, and just do things that I love, that I enjoy, that make me feel good every day.
uh, beautiful. I feel like that could be the slogan in itself, right? Like, this is the time.
Mhm.
This is the
It
time.
is.
You see all the memes, it's like we're just teenagers again with money, right? With resources. We
Kind
can
of,
go find what
kind
we
of.
want. Yeah. We're
Yep.
really exploring that, which just is such
Yeah.
a beautiful, exciting sentiment. So I think you are
Absolutely.
so fascinating and just
Thank
you have so much
you.
wisdom and gentleness. And I loved being in this space with you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
saying yes and for joining me today and taking time out. And I have no doubt that everybody watching and watches the replay are going to be like, who is this Mimi? I want to learn more about her. So I've thrown up here, and it's also in the show notes, how they can connect with you on Instagram Instagram. You're also on TikTok. And just
Yes,
continue to watch how your journey unfolds and to be inspired by you, which I love. I
absolutely.
love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you for having me. This was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Okay. One word to describe your life today. Let's close with that.
Empowered.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for being on Waypoint Chat. And I
You're
feel like you're going to
welcome.
come back and we're going to talk some more. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Love it. Thank you.